Hey there, everybody. Welcome into this edition of ESPN FC's Extra Time. Robbo, Frank, Craig, Ale, and Seb.
Hey.
Glad to be with you on this Champions League Wednesday.
Yeah, don't see Robbo looking a bit dishevelled too often.
You know what? You're very right.
What happened?
In terms of our pundits,
what happened?
You know, the guys who kind of present the best, the cleanest.
Yeah.
It's Robbo. Robbo, what's going on?
I'm trying the old beard look. I'm not quite sure why. It's not happening really, is it? But yeah. So I'll keep it going for a little while longer.
Yes.
So now
you're all looking very smart. I've got to say, you're all looking very smart.
Thank you. Thank you.
If Frank can grow a beard, so can I.
There we go.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
So now that you've started this, who's the scruffiest?
The most unkempt, I would go with Stevie. I think that's the easy pick, right?
Hey, Gab can give Stevie a run for his money.
You're right. You're right. And then Dan, of course, we know when Dan wears shorts to restaurants, we know that that's also
and
not acceptable.
Sandals,
Yeah.
Dan's high chair.
He's in
Craig.
Disney. He's in Disney with the kids.
He is. He's probably on a high chair at Disney. Do you think he's tall enough to
He's on one of the kids' rides.
Tall enough to ride.
He's not 5'9" and 1/16 like your boy.
Do you know those things they measure you?
Yeah.
To see if you're allowed to go on the big
I'm looking
rides.
up at him all the time.
Tall enough to ride.
He can't go on. He can't go on them. He goes up to those things to go on, like the Big Dipper, whatever you call it.
Poor
and
guy.
Go, sorry, you're not tall enough.
For Craig, if one of your teammates strikes you in the face, would you still be able to work with them in a productive manner in training or during matches, or is the chemistry gone for good?
No, because once he strikes me in the face, I strike him back, and then we figure it out from there.
Right. Has that ever happened in your career?
No.
Like a proper...
No, not with teammates. No. I've had lots of arguments, but not. I've seen it. I've seen fisticuffs.
Yes. Why are you laughing? What are you laughing at?
I've had a lot of arguments. No, really? No, you don't say.
I've seen some fights with others in the dressing room, but no,
All right.
Bravo, you've beaten some people up, right? I feel like I've heard a story or two on Extra Time here.
No. I've only ever had 2 fights in my life. One was as a schoolboy, and the other was when I hit the assistant coach at Coventry. Which was Phil Neal at the time.
Right.
So yes, I've had a few run-ins on the training ground, but not actually fisticuffs. More you just get stuck into each other, a bit like Craig's talking about, I suppose.
Frank, how long does it take to make up after throwing punches at somebody?
You know, it happened to me, in fact, you know, where I had a fight with one of my teammates. And
somebody forgot he won the World Cup.
Well, I allowed him to take the penalty. Normally I was in charge, and he chipped the ball, and goalkeeper stopped it very easily. And after the game, I came to him and I said, "It's the last time you do that. You know, you take it seriously or you don't take it." And he headbutted me just right there, and I started to bleed, and I got crazy. I got mad because when I see blood, I get mad. So we fought, and our teammates, you know, put us apart. And you know what? I think a week after, I was his driver for his wedding. We still are best. We're still our friends. So it was just. I don't make it a big deal. You know, it can happen between men where you get crazy and you, for stupid reasons, you know, you get mad. As long as you are smart enough to talk about it and see that you've been ridiculous, and you better erase it from your memory and go on with your life.
See, when Frank sees blood there, that's when he becomes Leboeuf. Yeah. The beef.
Mind you,
exactly.
Going back to my younger days, Seb, there was 2 players at Arsenal that really didn't like each other, and they probably had 4 or 5 fights on the training ground. There was one in a hotel room, and it carried on for the 10 years they both played for the club. Kenny Sansom was one of them. Alan Sunderland was the other. For some reason, they just didn't like each other, and there was 4 very good fights to watch, which the players didn't get involved. They let them get on with it.
By the way, this is before Frank was at Chelsea, but it was at training one day. I saw Erling Jonsson, Jan's mate, big Norwegian, big unit, solid, right?
Oh yeah.
And had a fight on the training ground, a disagreement with Kerry Dixon. Nice, also a big unit, big strong boy. And Dennis Wise was Kerry's mate. Well, he wasn't not Erling's mate, but he was more Kerry's. Anyway, as they were steaming for a head-on together, Dennis jumped on Erling's back and wrapped, because he was a bit smaller, obviously, and wrapped his arms around Erling's neck Needless to say, this never slowed Erling down one bit, right? And I'm thinking, I'm watching this one from the top tier. Because when boys like that, you know, sometimes when these big lads, you know, I mean, Erling was, I mean, proper.
You don't want to catch a stray.
Yeah, I don't tell you.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to our production assistant, Vitor Brito, who was supposed to help us with our televisions today in the green room. And I think his measure of help was telling us, I'm probably going to do what you guys already did. And then...
I thought you were going to tell me Victor punched somebody and had to...
No. And then he said, yeah, if you find the controller, I think you can maybe figure it out. All right. Thank you, Victor. Thanks for the help.
Disney IT. Natum's interior decorator. Which team that lost the first leg do you think has the best chance to turn things around in the second leg and advance to the semi?
Napoli.
Napoli, right? It's pretty universal.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Benfica. No.
No.
Well.
No.
Well, the more of a chance than Chelsea.
Okay, but not more.
Not as much as Napoli, but they're in second place. Listen.
Yeah.
You're going to wear that clock out.
Steady, I know.
You keep looking at that clock.
I know, I do look at it.
That's why we keep talking.
Is it a good decision for Liverpool to stop pursuing Bellingham in order to use their funds to strengthen their overall squad this summer? What are some good alternative midfielders for Liverpool to pursue? Rice, etc. Robbo, this one feels like it could be good for you.
Well, Jude Bellingham has been exceptional this season, but not in the last few weeks. And there's been talk of that his body language, all that sort of stuff hasn't been good. Declan Rice, I think, is a fantastic player. I think he's one of the best holding midfield players in the world. He's got better on the ball. He can spray a pass. But it looks as though he probably would be going to somewhere in London. That's the talk, either Arsenal or Chelsea. Other midfield players, off the top of my head, I couldn't quite think at the moment. But I would say Declan Rice is a player that I would be looking at to sign if I was Jurgen Klopp.
But the problem is we say that as if Declan Rice is going to cost 50 or 60 million, which is not. I mean, West Ham have been pretty steadfast. Even last summer when there was talk about him leaving, David Moyes, who may or may not be the manager come the time of the sale, said, look, it's to get one of our best assets, or our best asset, and a regular England international, it's 100 million. No, I'm not suggesting anybody's worth that, but are the Fenway Sports Group going to pay that kind of money? And I think the Liverpool fans are going to, and are already gradually getting frustrated by potentially the lack of support that Jurgen Klopp is going to get financially in the summer.
I don't know that we need an answer to the next question because we might have already got it, but I'm going to read it anyway because it comes from Shaka Hislop's credit card debt. How would each of you react to seeing teammates getting into a fight? Would you rush to break it up or let them get it out of their system? Sounds like let them get it out of their system, right?
Depends who it is.
Just like Shaka Hislop's credit card, they get it out of your system.
Safias.
I love that one.
Frank, why didn't Lampard start Mudryk? The Bernabeu pitch is so big. Madrid's sitting mids are not getting any younger. Chelsea were playing on the counter-attack. Why not start Mudryk and let him run at them? What do you think? Did Lampard make a mistake there?
Well, according to what I saw from Mudryk, lately, no. But the problem is we saw two gods at front, with Felix and Sterling today. So yeah, he could have tried, but. It could have been the same question for Mason Mount, or some others, or Ziyech. I don't know what's going on at the front line for Chelsea, and I don't know if it can be resolved, at the end of the season. But they have a big work to do over there.
Well, they tried to do the same. They tried to do something similar, but with a different player, didn't they? Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
Who maybe hasn't quite got the pace of yesteryear, but still pretty quick. Not playing well. I'll give you that. But is certainly more experienced. So they tried to do that. They tried to use his pace around Felix. So it would have been something similar with Mudryk, who has been very raw. That's me being sort of nice.
You are being sort of nice, which is different than the name on the next Twitter question.
Okay.
The righteous anger of Craig Burley.
Oh. It's on every show, that.
For Ale, Do you think Balogun is the answer, number 9 for the U.S. men's national team, or does Pepe look the man for the job, or possibly another in the wings?
Okay. Rarely do I do this because the question is addressed to me. I'm going to pass it right on to you, Seb. You get very excited about the Pepe Express, huh?
Yeah.
But if Balogun is available, I suppose that he is an upgrade.
Yeah, one scoring goals in Ligue 1, the other is scoring them in the Eredivisie. So I think you probably give the edge to Balogun, right? On terms of upside potential. Yeah, I think Balogun, if he commits to the US, is definitely kind of number 1.
But if he commits, it's a full commitment, right? It's not sort of like second option commitment type thing. It's like, this didn't quite work out, I'm going to go to the US. You have to get the sense that he wants to be part of this team. Otherwise, it may be a problem in the future.
Well, it's a bit like you in some respects. Because you are certainly not fully committed to the US. Because every now and again you have a wander off down a different road and support someone else.
Yes, I know. It's, I just multicultural. So, if Mexico's playing well, I kind of slide over there. US is playing well, we kind of slide over there.
Sebi, 2 scarves.
Shame on you, shame on you. Make up your mind, my dear Sebi.
The people who know me well know which side I'm really on. The people who know me well know.
Apparently we don't know you well at all.
Know the truth.
Are the US going to name a manager? When are they going to sort all this circus?
They got to name a sporting director before they name a manager. They don't even have that right now. So, a while. It's going to be a minute.
What does a sporting director do for the national team? Because a sporting director...
Honestly, that's a very good question. I don't even think US Soccer can answer it right now.
A sporting director at clubs these days, he's
recruiting, all that stuff.
Recruiting and blah, blah, blah. And he's a bridge between the management and maybe ownership. What does a sporting director do at national team level? I'm kind of...
Oversees the youth national teams, does some of the dual national recruiting, kind of, make sure everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet, as they say.
Now, here's the other thing.
Nothing really, then.
Yeah, exactly. Fat paycheck.
Here's the other thing. How does a guy like Balogun say, yeah, I'm going to go play with the U.S. men's national team if we don't know there's no coach in place? Oh, we're going home.
That's what that's saying is the gallery.
What that's saying is...
That's saying the gallery are bold.
Yes, they've had enough.
If you want more, Football Americas.
Oh.
If you want more of this, ESPN FC available for you 7 days a week.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.